Now, as we celebrate Disability Pride Month with U.S. Women's national soccer team player Carson Pickett. She made history this year as the first person with a limb difference to play for the national team, and she's made it her goal to be a role model. Carson will join us live after this look at her story.
The United States of America are crowned champions of the world.
It is one of the most dominant teams in all of sports, the U.S. women's soccer team. Some of the biggest names in the game have worn the USA shirt.
Carson Pickett making her senior national team debut.
Now we can add a new name to the long list of greats, Carson Pickett. The 28-year-old recently made history in a friendly game, helping the team in its 2-0 shutout of Colombia.
She's the first player with a limb difference to earn a U.S. women's national team cap.
The South Carolina native was born without a left hand and forearm, but that didn't stop her from taking up soccer, which she's played since 5. The Trailblazer now plays for the North Carolina Courage in the National Women's Soccer League. But Pickett also made headlines in 2019 when this photo went viral. She made a special connection with Joseph Tidd, a boy in the stands, also born with a limb difference.
Who's your favorite player?
Carson.
Carson is making an impact both on and off the field, hoping to raise awareness about limb difference while inspiring future generations to pursue their dreams.
And Carson joins us now from Wakeman Soccer Park. Carson, thank you for joining us this morning. That picture says so much. It just speaks volumes. It is so clear that you really get great fulfillment and spread a lot of joy as a role model.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
So tell us more about the kind of advice you give to young people with limb differences.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me, my dad's always told me, never let anyone turn your sky into a ceiling. And so just to follow your dreams. There's no one out there who should ever tell you that your dreams are too big. And continue to be yourself along the way and just enjoy the journey.
Well, you are a living, breathing example of that. So you made history when you stepped out onto that field playing for the women's national team. How did that feel? What was that moment like?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's a moment I probably will never be able to fully describe. Again, my dad told me the night before, just when you go out there, take it all in. And I think that's what I did when I first walked out on the field. Honestly, I just looked around, I saw the crowd and everyone chanting USA, and I just knew that, you know, my biggest dream just came true. And I think it was so cool to see my parents in the stands and just all the little kids just screaming your name and things like that. And honestly, it was a feeling that is just, it's the best feeling I've ever had in my entire life.
Oh, it's so exciting. And we know that the national team has qualified for the 2023 World Cup, Carson. How's the team feeling right now?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I wasn't there for that moment exactly, but talking with some of the girls and things like that, I mean, everyone's so excited. I think that the United States is the best team in the world, and so it's a standard. It's a standard to qualify, and it's a standard to go win. So I think everyone's excited and hungry.
You know, Carson, I spoke with Megan Rapinoe last week, and she was telling me how mentoring is just so important to her. Has she given you any advice?
Absolutely. I was lucky enough to play with Pino in Seattle my first 2 years in the NWSL. And even then, as a rookie, I felt like she took me under her wing, and I think she did that at national camp as well. I would have never been able to play, you know, as free as I did on the field if it wasn't for her. Just having her in front of me for my first start, my first cap, was unbelievable. She just helped me the entire time. And the night before, I remember she's like, just go out there, have fun, and play. And honestly, I think that's what made me just play free. And I look up to people like her, Alex, and all the greats that have come before me. So I feel really lucky to have them as teammates, but especially as really good friends.
Well, you know, so many people are looking up to you and looking to you. What do you want the world to know about people with limb differences?
I think the biggest thing for me is just, you know, growing up, my parents just raised me to be able to do everything that anyone else can do with 2 hands. So I think that the times are changing. There's more people like me now, and I didn't really have anyone to look up to growing up. And now that social media is so big, I think that it's a really good platform to be able to reach people. And I think that's what's happened, you know, in the NWSL and when I play for the United States, I've had people reach out from different countries, different states, and it's just so cool to meet people like me. So just continue to have conversations. I know sometimes it can be hard and uncomfortable, but I think the more that we talk about it, you know, the better it'll be for everyone.
Well, your parents did a great job, and you are paying it forward in a big way. Carson, thanks very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well,
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.